Yes, you read that title right. 3,900 hours in GTA Online. In this video, I want to talk about my experience with GTA Online over the last 6, 7, 8 years, really, and spending over half a year realistically in this game, and just talking about how much I've loved it, how much I've hated it at times, how much kind of like little mini reviews of all the DLC, just everything of my thoughts. If you're new to GTA Online, this might be a perfect video for you. You'll get first-hand impressions of someone who's been playing the game for 8, 9 years now, who's been very into, the GTA Online community, who's a high level. I have made collectively, amassed at once over 200 and something $1 million. Right now I'm just under that because I haven't been bothered to really grind anymore. And I'm really just helping old, lower levels and higher levels make other money. Like you'll see in the gameplay I have here, where I was helping someone do a very well done diamond casino heist, I might say. Like the one where we go in through the group, the money truck. Like that was probably the most smoothest I've ever done the casino heist, and I did it with a fucking random. I just joined up and we did it perfectly. It was amazing. And then I also had a aggressive heist where we ran in and we just started shooting everyone, which I also love. But in this video, yes, we are going to be talking about my first-hand experiences with GTA Online, and just, this cannot kind of be a should you play the game in 2024, I guess. Just a lot of my opinions on the game. So first off, no, making $200 million all at once was not an easy feat, I can tell you that. But the pandemic did help me and gave me a shit ton of time to actually make that money. My goal was to be, the richest out of my friend group, and I made that goal very easily. I think the second most richest friend I got is probably like $20 million, and that's just because, he doesn't really spend his money. I kind of help him get where he needs to be. I tell him to buy an oppressor, get a business. We help each other sell stuff a little bit, at little times. But I was the richest person because I inherently put so much time into this video game, where I was just able to put, I love this game. I loved the GTA story, and I love GTA Online. I love every single aspect about the game. It's actually like a perfect fucking video game for online, especially for like a grinding mindset. If you like games where you grind and where, you'll slowly accumulate wealth in the game, there's so many different kinds of missions and heists and businesses that you can run. Like, this is a perfect game realistically if you're looking for something to just do, right? If you want to unwind, if you want to do some, like kind of fetchy quest missions, or if you want to do some fun story missions, there's a lot here for you to do in this game. And I've put over 3,900 hours into the game, and that's just me being able to replay through all this stuff as well. I went from starting out really small. I remember me starting out, I made my first few $100,000 by doing heists or helping someone do the Humane Labs raid, and I bought a motorcycle with my $200,000 I made from the heist, because you get a first-time bonus when you complete heists. And then I made $100K. I bought a motorcycle. I didn't buy an apartment. I didn't buy a clubhouse. I bought a motorcycle, and I pimped that out to the best of my ability, and I thought that was the best purchase I could make. And then the heist after that, we were going to do Pacific Standard. Now, I think my first heist crew that I was working with, we kind of like parted ways, because it was just a bunch of randoms that were working together. I joined in. I didn't have a mic at the time, which was granted for me, I didn't have a mic for a lot of my time. So like people I made friends with over the years, I didn't get to actually talk to till about like 2018, 2019. So, it shows that even without a mic, you can actually make buddies on this game. You can talk through Xbox messaging or PSN messaging, or Discord can happen. I didn't have Discord at the time, but you still can find people to play with in this game. But yes, back to the subject of my first $200,000 after I spent it on a bike. And then after that, I spent it on an apartment. I actually got an apartment. Now, you didn't think, okay, you got a high-end one, right? We can do heists. No, I got the one that was $30,000 less, but you can't do heists, but, you get to do, like, the bare bones little apartment. I thought it was adorable how I had my own little apartment in the game in a 2-car garage. I'm going to be honest, I didn't know the worth of, say, having the high-end apartment. I didn't know. And I thought it was really cute being able to, like, drink beer and, like, lay in my bed and watch TV from my apartment. I was, like, fucking role-playing. Like, I'm a criminal. I just bought this house, I'm really happy. And it's like, I have my bike in the garage, and I have the free Elegy car that I just never used as well. Because like during my time, that car was free and you were able to get it for free, which I thought, was pretty cool. And just kept going like that. And then a long time ago, I want to say like 6 years ago, when I was granted in grade 7 or 8, and this is like when I was still in elementary school, right? I was still playing GTA Online, and I just amassed the amount of money to buy a biker's clubhouse, right? And I spent all day. I wasn't even focused in school. I remember I was spending all day writing down names of what the biker's clubhouse could be. I was writing down like Motor Mayhem is what I came down to. But I thought that was a really creative title, like Motor Mayhem. I thought that was fucking awesome, right? I thought that was such a unique motorcycle club name. That's what I came down to. I thought that was really cool personally. And then when I got home, I immediately started playing the contracts out of the biker clubhouse, and I started doing all these awesome missions. I was doing the one where you have to go blow up the munitions. I invited a bunch of people and we were doing contracts. And me and my buddies I was talking about earlier when I had no mic, our system was when they double cashed contracts, we would literally play for like 6-7 hours straight just doing contracts. Like in a huge lobby, we'd make like maybe 400, 500K. Now the goal wasn't obviously to make money, that was more to have fun, but it was still a lot of enjoyment and a lot of fun just being able to do that and getting a group together and being able to, play these contracts. And they were a lot of fun. And now you might think, okay, next logical step, biker businesses, right? Well, you would be wrong. I saved up to $1 million. I bought myself an office. And to my luck, I did not know that I needed another 250K to buy my first warehouse. So I was kind of stuck there with an office that made me no money, that I had to also buy another warehouse. So I went back to doing contracts again until I bought a warehouse. Now, special cargo is probably one of the most annoying fucking businesses that you can run in GTA Online. But if done right, it is the most profitable in my opinion. Now, I kept doing, mini missions. I kept selling at 240K, which was the base sell price for small warehouse. I was making money, right? Like every few hours I was selling. I was making decent bank, right? I was doing the VIP work that you can do, which made me a decent amount of cash. There was a lot of money to be made. And then obviously I kept saving up about a second warehouse, and I was able to do back-to-back missions. The only issue with special cargo, again, in my opinion, is, you kind of have to pay to acquire the cargo, which is fine, but you build up a large warehouse, which I have now. I have 5 large warehouses. You fill all of those up, you're making an easy 10-12 million. Now it would take dozens of hours to fill them up, but you're going to make a lot of money. So after that, the logical step, import export. Now import export is where I've amassed a majority of my funds to buy other businesses. I think I probably have like $40 million made from that business, and a lot of grinding went into that, right? It's stealing cars and then selling about for 100, 200K. The only reason I really enjoyed that business was because it was extremely solo friendly. And after that, about Gunrunners came out about like 3 months later, right? I got the bunker, and I was super happy about it too because then I had another passive business. And I love that Agent 14 was back from Heists. I thought it was really cool. And I remember now, after Smuggler's Run came out like a month later, which I thought was kind of insane. Now, for me personally, here's me thinking like, okay, gun running, and then, oh shit, hangers. Like, what? I had just enough money to buy the worst hangar in LSIA. I had just enough, 1.2 million, like $4,000 or something. And I was really happy because it's like, okay, you don't need to pay to get this cargo. So this has to be better than special cargo. And one of the worst financial decisions I've ever made in the fucking game. The hangar was dog shit, okay? $10,000 for a crate. Worst financial decision in GTA Online in my entire life. That was an awful decision. Now, granted, I just saw a new business and I was like, okay, yeah, I want to fucking do that. That sounds awesome. But, I filled it up with full of narcotics. I took a lot of time out of that. And they give you a bonus cargo. So say if you have 50 crates of narcotics, you get like a 70% bonus. I got that bonus. I lost one crate and lost like $300,000. So you can understand when I was really confused and pissed off when I didn't make that kind of money. So, I kind of like shut that down. And I've never touched Hangar until it was like double and triple money, or until they permanently increased it where it's now actually pretty worth it for solo players. But back then it was absolute dog shit, especially if you're like a launch of Smuggler's Run, it was bad. And now by the time of the Doomsday Heist DLC, I have an Oppressor Merc 2. It has missiles. I got about $8 million in my pocket for this DLC, right? I was really grinding my ass off to save enough money for the Doomsday Heist, because when I saw that fucking Deluxo, the flying car with missiles, I was like, I need that, right? So I bought a facility. I bought the one in the windmill area. And, I kept moving along. Me and the boys, we were doing the Doomsday Heist. We were fucking loving it. The payouts were not as good as I thought they would be. I'm going to be honest. They were not the best. Now, they were good, though, because, overall, I'm pretty sure I've made way more money off the Doomsday Heists than what I put into the facility. But, it was just at the launch of it, I was barely making any money. So I bought my Deluxo. I was having so much fun with it, right? I put missiles in that bitch. I was absolutely enjoying it. I was fucking around with my friends. Like, we had a flying car. That was so absolutely awesome that we had a flying car with missiles. You can imagine my excitement. And just, we were having so much fun grinding with the new weapons. We had the oppressors. We had the deluxes. The only issue though is that there was a lot more griefing happening for our businesses when we were actually grinding, right? There'd be a lot more oppressors with missiles. There'd be a lot more deluxes. A lot more griefing would be happening compared to like earlier in the year when I could do import export without getting blown up. Now I have to be careful and have to have friends with me when selling vehicles and when protecting cargo, because there might be some asshole who decides to try to blow me up with an oppressor. Now 6-7 months go by, pretty solid DLC format. We have a huge amount, and I mean huge amount of weaponized vehicles now. The game, I'm making fucking bank, okay? I'm pretty sure by the time After Hours came out, I was at like $80 million, okay? I was actually making bank. My buddy was about 8 million, and granted, he was way higher level than me, but I put a lot more time into actually making money, right? Where he would be like more, kind of fucking around in death matches. Like, I saw every opportunity in every second of me not making money as a waste of time in GTA Online, okay? I was spending every second, every possible moment making businesses. If we ever went into death matches to go have fun, I would make sure all my businesses are full of supplies so they always fill up. Any second where any of my businesses wasn't making money, I felt was a waste of time. And some players will treat it like that. I treated it like that. In 20 to 2 hours, where I am playing a deathmatch and making like the 40k just out of fucking around, which is fun, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun. I felt like that was a massive waste of time that I could be doing, say, moving special cargo, or moving gun running, or smuggler's run, or import export, where I can be making 200, 300, 400k. I was that kind of player, right? I was stressing about the money I was making. And granted, at this point, I was probably about grade 9, grade 10. So, like a lot of my buddies, they just wanted to play the game and have fun. I was very serious, right? I really just wanted to make money and make money. And by the time After Hours came out, I had about $80 million. I owned all the businesses, all the biker businesses, special cargo hangar. I made sure to have everything filled up. And to my surprise, I remember I was actually worried about how After Hours would work, right? Because I thought After Hours would work, okay, so you fill up your businesses, right? Say if I fill up my gun running business, it's full of $1 million stock. And then there'd be an extra mission where I drive that stock to a nightclub, because the nightclub combines all your businesses, and then you can combine it all into one big sale. No, it's where you have to accrue stuff. It's a completely different passive business. So by the time the nightclub DLC came out and After Hours came out, I just had a bunch of full businesses. I got to launch with another like $2, $3, $4 million, which I was also really happy about. But After Hours fundamentally changed the game, because it did add a decent amount of content, and I did actually really enjoy the business. It's made me a lot of money. I'm going to say like probably $50-60 million. It has made me a lot of money just by sitting there. I just have to assign the cargo and it just sits there. I don't have to do anything else, right? You just have to own the business and it sits there. I've made a shit ton of money off the After Hours DLC. And, it just keeps adding and adding and adding over time as I keep playing. But the real fuckery with GTA Online at that point was about 4 weeks after. And I remember arguing with a buddy when I was playing this game. And I was telling them, it's late that an Oppressor Mark II is coming out. And he didn't believe me. He's like, there's no such fucking thing as the Oppressor Mark II. And I was young, he was older. So, I felt like a little shit. He treated me like a little shithead when I was telling him about it. I don't know why he was acting like that, but he was just an asshole. I don't talk with him now. I haven't talked with him in years, realistically, but he was an asshole when talking about it. I'm telling you, there's like footage, right, of an Oppressor Mark II. It has explosive bullets, it has machine guns, it has missiles, and he didn't believe me. Now, when it did come out, I was fucking with him, and funny enough, I found a speed glitch for the Oppressor Mark II the day it launched. Like, really funny. Everyone found it, right? You boost, and then you put your stick up and down, up and down, up and down. And you go like 180, 200 miles per hour. You can go across the map very quickly. Now, granted, they fixed the glitch, like a year later. Like, literally a year later. Now, granted, why they didn't do it is because they wanted people to grief each other, which is fair, because I've done my fair share of fucking around with other players and vice versa. But that was a really fucked up situation. Like, I found that day one and I was amazed because, I was just fucking around trying to mess around, and I found a speed glitch and I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing, because I took it as the example of, look, now I can get to my businesses super quickly and I can resupply and I can do all that stuff instead of having to check my slow cars driving across the map. Now, later that year, I'd amassed about $140 million, and the fucking Arena War DLC came out, and I'm just not even going to talk about that DLC. I wasted so much money, probably $20 million in that DLC. I made nothing, okay? There's no money to be made out of that business, out of that warehouse. The only thing it's good for is garage space if you have a lot of cars. There is no point in trying to invest money into that mode. It is dog shit. You were never going to make money. You purchase one vehicle, fully upgrade it. Even if you have like 20 hours of gameplay into the After Hours mode, you're never going to make your money back. Unless they quadruple the money and event bonus it, you're never going to make your money back. It was one of the worst DLCs, I think, of all time. And just really sad to see that they based it all in one mode. But after 2019, 2020 came around and we got the Casino DLC. And let me get you started. I made fucking bank off of that DLC. You might not think it's a casino DLC. I found a system where if you lose money, you can quickly close the game and keep all your chips, right? So I kept doing that. I made about $20 million off of the gambling chips. So you can understand that any money that I spent at the penthouse, any money that I spent on the clothes or anything, I was able to, make back very easily. And just a shit ton of money was made. I was probably about $170, $180 million at that point. And at that point, the casino heist came out. The casino heist is by far probably the most money that I've made from a heist outside of Kyle Perico. The only reason Kyle Perico might make a little bit more money is because it's solo. But the casino heist, me and my boys, we grinded that heist. We put so much time. We were making bank. We were making like 500, 600K every 2 hours. We were making absolute money. We kept running it back to back. We were making millions and millions of dollars. It was a lot of fun because of the 3 different modes as well. We had inside jokes where like you go in aggressively and you go in the front door, out the front door. That was a little inside joke. Like where the lady and guy, they say cheese and crackers when taking their fucking pictures. Some of the best and most funniest moments we ever had in a video game in general. And the casino heist just really brought us all together and made us money. We had a lot of fun. We tried all the different modes and all the different ways that you could get in and out. And the casino heist was probably one of the most awesome ways to actually do a DLC. And then the year after, I don't remember the summer DLC. I don't even think it was that fucking important. But Cayo Perico came out. And this was about the last DLC that we all played together. Because Cayo Perico was probably one of the coolest heists the first time you do it. And then it got very simple and very boring. But for me, obviously, it was $1 million every an hour and a half, right? I was making absolute bank. There was no doubt. I figured out how to do it stealthily in the second attempt, right? We figured it out how to cheat it in the second attempt, which was very easy, might I add, because I remember thinking to myself, I'm never doing this stealth. I'm always just going to go aggressive. It's way more fun. I did it stealth the second time. It was too fucking easy, right? I mean, I did the heist 2 times in one night. It was really easy, and that's when I figured out I'll do it solo and try it, and then I was just making bank and bank and bank and bank. It literally didn't matter. But then later on, obviously, we had the car crew DLC or whatever, with the car shows. Though it was fun, my other buddies, they stopped playing, but I was still going, obviously. I kept playing with some other people online, and we had a lot of fun doing those little mini heists. They made okay money. At that point, I was over $200 million, right? After the cop breakout, I was well over 200 million, about 217, $220 million. I was well over. I was just playing for fun at that point. And then later on, we had the contract DLC, bringing back Franklin, Lamar, Dr. Dre, which I blew a lot of money on, probably like $8-9 million. I had a lot of fun, so it brought me back down to like $200 million. But nowadays, it's really just, doing all the new content updates. Like, I don't see a point in this point to grind anymore. I have over $197 million still. I'm still making bank. Like, I'll still help people make money. Like, if I'm trying to get footage for GTA Online, I'm not going to use it driving around because that's a waste of time, right? I'd rather say join a job and help someone do a heist like you're seeing in the footage right now. I helped 2 people do their diamond casino heists. And for one person, it was actually their first time. I think with the aggressive heist I did earlier in the video, it was their first time. So, I'm happy. And then the one you're seeing right now is the group sex. That's the intro. That's how you get in. I swear to God, it's called that. The group sex, way to get in. And it was the most perfect way I think I've ever done the Diamond Casino heist. We stole all the loot, which I don't think I've ever done with 2 people. And we went out quiet and we didn't even get caught once. And I thought that was absolutely amazing that I was able to do that with a random as well. We had no communication. We did everything perfectly. But yeah, other than like all of these things that I've stated, I mean, this is a pretty long video. It's literally just me talking about my lifeline through GTA Online. I've loved this game since I first got it. I still remember the first heist I did, and I'll never forget it, where I was just in the last setup when you're trying to get the insurgent into the Humane Labs. And for fuck's sake, they did not know how to do it. And I was like, okay, let's wait for the insurgent to drive by. And they're all like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. And then we got it, and we were so happy. And then I remember I disconnected. I had to go to bed. And then the day after, when I got on, they all messaged me and like, yeah, we're waiting for you. And I'm like, oh my God, they waited for me. I was so happy that these randoms waited for me to complete the heist. I was so happy because then I was able to get my bike and I was able to move forward. I had people to play with. I was so happy that I was able to do that. And it's like a core memory for me in gaming. GTA Online will always hold a core memory for me in video games. And I'm hoping GTA 6 Online does live up to this hype and can continue that for me, because GTA 5 Online, just one of my most played games of all time. Again, 3,900 hours. It doubles whatever any other game I have like time in, right? Fallout 76 at like 1,700 hours. So it well doubles over whatever time I have in other games, which I think is absolutely insane that I've put so much time into this game. And funny enough, a lot of the time was probably in loading screens and in the cloud, if a lot of you GTA Online players will understand that reference. Now, for next gen, obviously, for Series XS, PS5, the fucking loading is way faster, which I'm super happy about. Massive, updates, and just everything about this game I've loved since I started playing it. I remember, buying a $70,000 rocket launcher, and I made a whole new character because I felt bad. I don't know why I made a new character, but I made a new character because, I bought this fucking rocket launcher and couldn't keep up with the ammo. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a new character, not buy the rocket launcher, try to start more money. And I remember I was doing stupid things like that. And I just love every aspect of this game. It's so much fun that I'm just able to put so much time into this game. And I had the opportunity to put so much time into this game and just have a lot of fun with the boys, make money, help a lot of other players, and it's all been awesome. But that's about it for this video. I know I've went on like a 20-minute tangent really about my experiences with GTA Online, but let me know if you've made it this far in the video. If you actually did watch to the end, thank you for watching the video. Like, just watching the video. You don't even need to like, dislike, subscribe, or anything. But obviously doing any of those things really means a lot to me, and it does help my videos get shown to other people. So if you do want to see more of my content, consider subscribing, liking, sharing, disliking. You know what? I mean, if you didn't like this video, go for it. It's completely fair if you didn't. I won't hold anything against you. If you watch till the very end, you're supporting me enough. Even just by watching, even if you don't like my content and you're just like, I'm going to watch something I'm going to watch this idiot talk for 20 minutes, like, go for it, okay? It's completely fine. I am completely thankful for all the support that anyone ever gives me, even if they watch 20 seconds of my video, right? You're spending 20 seconds out of your day to watch something of mine, even if you're not interested or you're just trying to try something new. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.